I guess that kind of makes sense. And the Dark Ranger is still wreaking havoc on the acolytes of our teddy bear. So good harassment there by Sai from Team E-Home with the Staff of Teleportation, which is also an awesome item to have on any elf hero and usually like any matchup.
Our warriors have
Got it, yawn. Another Berserker gets picked up by Sai, and as I mentioned before in another audio, Berserker is like good and bad at the same time. Good because of the damage output, bad because of the average lifespan of your average forest roll Berserker. So now some harassment is being done here by Teddy Bear. And Sai is splitting up his wisp, which is good. You should always do that. You shouldn't move all your wisp in one way because they will simply get chased by the much faster gargoyles. But if you split your wisp, he will have to either divide his attention as well, which will cause your wisp to be able to survive longer, or he will only be able to chase down a few. So good move there by Sai. He's got his mud golem, a bit low, a bit slow with the slow. Could have slowed the Lich or the Death Knight at that point, but he didn't. He's going for some more creeping, for some more skeleton warriors for the fight. And this is always annoying when you're elf. You're fighting against units that are flying over trees all the time. But luckily, Sai has some good micro and he's able to focus fire quickly. Ted losing some gargoyles here unnecessarily. They didn't need to lose any of those, in my opinion. Also, Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. You need to try to do those as quickly after each other as possible, because when the undead uses Stone Form with the gargoyles, it will dispel the Drunken Haze from the gargoyles, which means they won't get any fire damage and they won't miss any targets. And now acolytes always focus down if there is a low HP ground unit. Always try to get the last shot with the Dark Ranger, because the Black Arrow only produces a skeletal minion a dark minion when it delivers the killing blow to a unit, which is a ground unit, of course, because gargoyles can't make flying skeletal minions. And now Sai is losing a lot of drives. He's trying to relocate, trying to get in a good position for fighting against these gargoyles. Stone Form goes off, but there's a lot of there were a lot of skeletons. They're all gone now. And now he's, as I told before, he's splitting up his army. He's sending some Dryads and some Archers back, while still maintaining his Dark Ranger and Panda Brewmaster over there to pick up some units. You got a Garg. He's got some other units, but he's forced to TP over here. Another Breath of Fire. Just try to deal some damage before you go out. And pretty good fight here by Sai, even though he's still at 50 food, but Ted is at 43, and they both have 2 mines, but Ted doesn't have any secondary mine income at the moment. And Sai is teching to tier 3 because he wants to get items on his Panda Brewmaster, such as a mana potion or a potion an anti-magic potion. And also, what's also really good is to have an Orb of Venom on Panda Brewmaster, because of the gargoyles. It's a really good combination with the Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. So Sai is just still only training Dryads at the moment. He's not going for any Druids of the Claw or something similar at the moment, because he doesn't need them. He's only seen Ted with lots of gargoyles so far. Haven't been any fiends or whatever, and there aren't any towers either at this moment. So Sai knows when he's going to push at this point. He won't face any resistance from towers or ground units because they will just turn into skeletons, and he doesn't need Druid of the Claws at this point. What he does need is the Orb and the Mana Potion, which he will be getting shortly, I believe. And here in this fight, just Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, trying to focus down some gargoyles. Really good focusing on the lower HP ones, and he's not splitting up his army as well as he should have in this battle. He's focusing firing one by one, and he's moving his his Dryads back, and I'm focusing with the archers and the Dark Ranger, which is good. And I'm surprised he actually still has this many archers alive at this point, because they're usually food for Death Knight, Rod of Necromancy, and a Lich. But there were still quite a few alive, so I guess that's good from Sai or bad by Ted. I can't really decide which of those two it was. What else is there to say? Still Sai has an amazing advantage at this point, and well, he knows it's game time. He shouldn't be playing extra cautious. He shouldn't be going for some like I don't know. He shouldn't be going for some switch to like Hippogriff or whatever, because it all isn't necessary. If he switches now to Hippogriff and plays more defensively, it would only give Ted more chances to come back to get his expo up and running again. Because usually Elf needs expos against undead or an economy advantage, and so I definitely has the economy advantage, even though Ted has an expo of his own. But you don't want the you don't want to give him the time to recuperate, because usually when it's 1 mine versus 1 mine all the game, Elf loses. So, because Undead has a slight edge over Elf in this matchup, the same way as Elf has a slight edge over Human, I think. Even though that's the most balanced matchup there is, I believe. Let's see. What else is there?
The sleeper has awakened.
Well, Ted just gets those 2 towers again. He's still getting gargoyles, but there's no sign of a destroyer or anything, which I think would have been good against all those skeletal minions of Sai. And Sai now got the bears going to get some extra damage on the heroes and on the towers that have been rebuilt. He knows that the towers have been rebuilt, that there was enough time to do so. So therefore, Sai has finally decided to get some bears, the orb, the mana potion, the anti-magic potion. Surprised he doesn't have jewel staff, but whatever, that's not that big of a problem. I always sell my rings of protection, but it's not that big of a deal. And also a great idea to play with the Dark Rangers, because it's immune to any undead nukes. Because it's an undead hero himself, even though it's from the Tyrant. But it's not... like Sylvana's Windrunner, it's not in... it doesn't have an allegiance with the Burning Legion or whatever it's called. So, now... well... Basically, Sai just wants to pick up some units. He doesn't really want to take the big fight near the towers, but it's basically forcing Ted to take a fight over here. And the stone form is really annoying, forcing Sai to run all around. Perhaps the gargoyles will be able to get a good position on those Dryads, but he's not using them as of yet. But there come the gargoyles, and now yeah, Sai is splitting up his Dryads, which is good, which doesn't enable the gargoyles to hop from one Dryad to the other. So it's always the things you should do. Like, he's moving one back right now, and he's still got 3 focusing or 3 Dryads doing damage rather than the entire pack moving back or something, or the entire pack getting damage one after another, because they're too closely clustered. And now the Dark Ranger hits level 6, and I guess Ted will be calling good game soon, because there's nothing he can do in this situation. He's got 46 food. All of his aggros will be dying shortly. Gargoyles low on HP. Just some free kills here. Nothing. Even charm. Every unit that he will be producing later in this game will get charmed. So there's nothing really Ted can do, and he realizes that, and he will be calling it good game. And after this game, yeah, it will go good game. Come on, say it. Say it. For more replays, visit replays.net. No, visit WCR.com. You're not going to visit replays.net, are you? So, well, that was the game. And, okay, we're going to, I feel like continuing. So we're going to continue with the next game, but which is also the